I used to eat chalupas all the time, and I always hated it. But today we're gonna make one that I like. So today we're making the Taco Bell Chalupa. How many have we done now with Taco Bell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 4? Vikram doesn't know, neither do I. It doesn't matter because the Taco Bell menu is kind of this
menu from the pits of hell,
so to speak. And for some reason, it just captivates people, and I don't know why. And the chalupa is one of those things. I remember as a kid, I would eat it, and I'm like, oh, I'm eating this. Even cognizantly, I didn't like it. But it's one of the few but better items we've done that I actually ate regularly as a kid, and I don't know why. So with all that being said, let's make this, shall we?
Wait, is this a KFC or a Taco Bell?
KFC and Taco Bell.
Can I get 2 Chalupa Supremes?
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you. Wow, fast. Oh my goodness, the building is like dripping. It's building a 1 out of 10, menu 1 out of 10.
That's 2 1 out of 10 so far.
But the service is fast, so that's probably gonna get a high rating.
Do you want any sauce?
Sure, yeah, I'll take 2 packets.
Try to multitask.
You're doing good, thank you. Honestly, service was great. I think that's the best service we've ever had on But Better. It's a little cheeky, she's like trying to multitask, and I'm like, oh, you're doing great, girl. So honestly, 10 out of 10, great service. Jesus, let's just get this over with. So we've got the bag. I used to eat these when I was a kid. Honestly, kind of excited about this one. And now I'm not. First off, this chalupa shell has been sitting for an extraordinary amount of time, I can just tell. The amount of chew needed to masticate this, 75% more chewing than necessary. The flavor's all right, it tastes like Taco Bell. The ground meat, it's seasoned not bad. I feel like the last time we did Taco Bell, the meat was way worse. It feels like it's gotten better. Maybe they dialed it up. The cheese is cold, which I hate. Flavors are basic. Lettuce, flaccid, tomatoes, desaturated. But the worst part of all of this chalupa shell, it's not just about the texture. It's the fact that while you're eating it, you're like, did I just bite into like a poison ivy leaf or something? Because it's so insanely bitter. The oil's maybe been recycled in the last 17 days. Just get the new oil, Taco Bell, please. We're gonna make this much better.
We're back on our Taco Bell bullshit. Let's make this right. First, a nice basic queso sauce. This is not nacho cheese. This is Texas queso. Don't get it confused. This is the neon stuff served at every Tex-Mex restaurant with a never-ending supply of tortilla chips. In a medium sauce pot, add 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of unsalted butter, heat that over medium, and once melted, add in half a yellow onion, finely diced, 1 seeded and diced poblano pepper, 3 cloves of finely chopped garlic, and salt and pepper to taste. Sweat those for 3 to 5 minutes or until they're beginning to soften, then add 1 tablespoon or 9 grams of all-purpose flour. Cook and stir for 1 to 2 minutes, then add 1.5 cups or 360 milliliters of whole milk. Continue to heat and stir constantly, just until the milk begins to thicken. You know, I like it thick. Cut off the heat and mix in a 1/3 pound or 150 grams of grated American cheese. Yes, the fake stuff. Trust me here. Half a pound or 225 grams of grated cheddar cheese. Continuously but gently stir until everything is melted and you have a beautiful cheese sauce. Season with additional salt and pepper as needed, and that's your cheese sauce. Anyone that's been to Texas knows the sacred qualities of this cheese alchemy. Now just keep that puppy warm and covered. Taco Bell seasoned beef. Iconic, horrible, I don't know what else to say. I made a few mods to my recipe to simplify it, and yet somehow it ended up tasting even better, so you're welcome, I guess. First, you'll need 1.25 pound or 560 grams of relatively fatty ground beef. Obviously, I ground my own by grinding together 1 pound or 450 grams of Texas Wagyu chuck roast, and 1/4 pound or 112 grams of the smokiest bacon I could find. Obviously, pre-ground is fine, but try to find something around 70 to 75% lean, okay? Tired of seeing people get 80% lean. You got that ground beef that's drier than the sand dunes people are motorbiking around on Instagram. Heat a medium-sized sauce pot over medium-high. Once it's hot like me in Lululemon leggings, add your beef, press it into the pan, and sear for 3 minutes or until you get some nice browning. At this point, you can mix it up. Ideally, you can use a masher to get the beef extra fine, which if you want that Taco Bell type ground beef, you're gonna want it as fine as possible. Let that continue to sear, stirring often until you get some little crispy bits here and there. Reduce the heat to medium and add 2 tablespoons or 35 grams of tomato paste. Saute that for about 1 minute or until you develop a nice fond at the bottom. Now add 1.5 teaspoons or 2 grams of cumin powder, half a teaspoon or 1 gram of onion powder, 1 teaspoon or 1 gram of mushroom soup base powder. Trust me, that's a secret chef move right there. 2 teaspoons or 3 grams of smoked paprika, fresh ground black pepper, and salt to taste. Cook that for 30 seconds or until fragrant, then add 1 cup or 240 milliliters of water. Bring that up to a boil over medium-high, scraping that fond Off the bottom, reduce the heat to low, and simmer that down until you reach what's called au sec, which essentially means there's almost no liquid remaining, about 10 to 15 minutes. Cut off the heat and stir in 4 cloves of very finely chopped garlic. Do not cook the garlic after this. Trust me, it's the raw qualities that are gonna make your little piggies curl. Now, your chalupa dough, shockingly easy, and you don't need any fancy equipment at all, so yay, you can stop yelling at me about fancy equipment, which by the way will be challenging in an upcoming video. Keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you have a pot of frying oil heated to about 350 Fahrenheit, something like 2 quarts of vegetable oil in a 5-quart pot. In a medium-sized bowl, add 2.5 cups or 375 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon or 7 grams of fine sea salt, 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of granulated sugar, 2.5 teaspoons or 11 grams of baking powder. Whisk all that together and then add 1 cup or 240 milliliters of whole milk and 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of vegetable oil. Mix that by hand until you form a rough dough, then knead that bad boy for 2 to 4 minutes or until smooth and beautiful like this fellow right here. Wow, I just want to give him a little kiss. Look at him. Cover him up and let him rest for 15 minutes. Then divide your dough into 8 even pieces. And for the perfectionists around, that'll be about 67 grams each. Roll your dough pieces into light balls. Then using a rolling pin, roll them out into discs that are about 6 inches across. Then using a fork, lightly poke holes throughout the entire rolled dough. Gently lay 1 piece of dough into your heated frying oil and allow to fry for about 15 seconds. Then remove and form into a taco shape using tongs. Place that back into your frying oil, using those tongs to hold that shape together. And fry for another 30 seconds or until it holds its shape when you let it go. Continue to fry until golden brown, another 1 to 2 minutes, then remove from the fryer, drain on a wire rack, and season lightly with salt to taste. Repeat that process with all of your chalupa dough. I was pretty surprised with how similar these smelled. It looked like the original Taco Bell chalupa shell, except significantly better. We're almost there. We just need to talk toppings. Lettuce. Always an afterthought, not anymore, because I love iceberg lettuce and it deserves a pedestal. No one puts iceberg in the corner. So to make this more thoughtful, first a medium-sized bowl, add half a head of thinly sliced iceberg lettuce, half a jicama peeled and julienned, and about 3 tablespoons or 11 grams of very finely chopped fresh cilantro. Toss together until thoroughly incorporated, and well, that's it. For your cheese topping in a medium-sized bowl, you'll simply combine 1 cup or 200 grams of Monterey cheese, fresh grated, and 1 cup or 200 grams of cheddar cheese, also fresh grated. For the tomato, I kept it simple but slightly elevated. 1 tomato diced, season lightly with salt and pepper, and a light glug of extra virgin olive oil for richness. Toss together until thoroughly coated. Now for the assembly we've all been waiting for. First, your puffy chalupa shell. At this point, you should check and see, is your queso hot and in a liquid state? Is your beef reheated and ready to be put on? This is a good time to do all those things. Now open up a beautiful chalupa shell. Layer a hot helping of your seasoned beef. Press it down to the bottom to form a nice stable base. Follow that with a fair layer of your queso. A nice generous helping of full fat sour cream. Finally, your fragrant iceberg salad. A light sprinkling of cold cheese for some reason because Taco Bell does it and I still don't understand why. And a little bit of your diced tomato. Frankly, with the way that this is assembled, you could probably remove the tomato and cheese on top and it would likely make no difference, but we're trying to be accurate while also being better here. So that being said, let's go to our taste test and find our winner.
There's a freshness. I do not know why we didn't do this sooner. I feel like my childhood's rushing back to me, but in a different way. There are reminiscent Taco Bell flavors going on in my mouth right now. It's hitting to the left, to the right, but every single thing is turned all the way up. First off, the texture of this. It's crispy on the outside, but puffy, soft, aerated on the inside. Melts in your mouth right away. By the way, this is in no way traditional chalupa shell whatsoever. Just putting that out there. The queso and the sour cream become one queso cream. The tomatoes, they're fresh, they're vibrant, not desaturated. And of course, the lettuce brings it home with a little bit of extra crunch from the jicama. I mean, come on. It's an easy dub, but we can't decide a winner without our taste test. Woo! Bigram's back. I farted. It's Taco Bell. What do you expect? Do you have any feelings about the Taco Bell chalupa?
Don't mind Taco Bell in general.
I'm gonna give you number 1. I cut them both so you wouldn't know which one's which. Hold your hand like overhanded. There you go. Number 2.
It was clear from the get-go. The first one is better. The second one, other than it being like flat, there's a lot more flavors in Josh's version. You can taste the beef, you can taste the cheese. This one is kind of just one single tone. I can taste salt and seasoning, and this one is just lettuce.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Let me rephrase that. It's a bad thing, but also you at least know what you're gonna get. At least Taco Bell's consistently okay. You already know we have full control when we make things.
Sorry.
But above all, if you want the best version, you start here. But do you wanna know what else starts here? B-roll.